I feel like people get this wrong, not just the Muppet version of A Christmas Carol, but all of the adaptations. And no, I'm not going to say that I agree with Scrooge that Christmas is terrible and we should let poor people starve. I'm saying that people tend to interpret this story in a way that lets themselves off the hook. If you round up 100 people and ask them what's the moral of A Christmas Carol, roughly 100% of them will say it's about greed and generosity of spirit. And of course that's true, but I think the sin that Ebenezer Scrooge commits is bigger than greed. Because if you make it just about financial greed, then we can watch the story and we don't see ourselves as Scrooge, we see ourselves as Cratchit. So the moral of the story winds up being, yeah, rich people should give me more of their money. But there is a reason why the best film adaptations of this story make such a big deal out of the coal, where Ebenezer Scrooge refuses to let him add more coal to the fireplace, because it makes clear that Scrooge is in the same cold office as his employees. The money that Scrooge is so tightly clinging to, the money that could be paid out in additional wages to his employees, he is not spending it. He does not have a yacht or a Lamborghini. This is so crucial to the character and to the story and in what you take home from the story. Because everything he's doing has a cold logic to it. Scrooge is not a criminal. He is not a liar. He is not a thief. He spends all of his time carefully counting every penny. His books are impeccable. The whole reason he hates Christmas is that it makes people spend money that they don't have. That's something that he doesn't do. He believes in his heart that all of the impoverished people he passes on the street, if they were as meticulous about their bookkeeping as he is, that they would not be poor. In other words, it is their own fault. In his mind, his moral code is perfectly logical. He is not asking the poor to do anything other than what he's doing. He denies himself all pleasures, even heat in the winter. He lives in squalor, and when he was berating Cratchit about taking the holiday off, he was not asking Cratchit to work while he stays at home. He would also have been at work. The way Scrooge spreads misery is by ruthlessly demanding that everyone live according to his strict moral code. So while lots of people in the audience could look at him and say, well, that's not me, I'm not a wealthy moneylender, they are still doing that other part. They still have that hardness of heart toward people who cannot adhere to the rules the way that they do. And I've always felt like that was the real message of this story. It's what makes it timeless, because it just makes it clear that yes, there are people who do evil by breaking society's rules, but there are others who are evil because of how ruthlessly they adhere to them.